Hi everyone. Today I'll be talking about the current water situation in the Philippines. Water is one of the natural resources that is most integral for human survival. It plays a critical role in preserving our ecosystems, in improving public health, in mitigating climate change, and in maintaining various socioeconomic services. Suffice to say, water security is at the core of achieving global sustainable development, and every human being has a right to safe and clean drinking water and sanitation that is essential to the full enjoyment of life. And yet, for a country such as the Philippines with abundant natural resources and water bodies, it is ironic that this life giving resource is mismanaged and exploited. In fact, according to studies by Water.org, a global non-profit organization, 3 million Filipinos lack access to safe water, while 7 million have no access to improved sanitation facilities. Water in the Philippines is obtained from sources such as rivers, springs, lakes and dams, and from the groundwater. These are replenished during the rainy seasons, but longer droughts and hotter dry seasons due to climate change and environmental degradation further diminishes our water supply. This is aggravated by higher demand due to rapid urbanization and population growth. Agriculture, industries, and communities grow with population, which leads to uncontrolled water extraction and release of more pollutants to water sources, compromising the quality for consumption. Without water, basic hygiene and sanitation becomes dismal. Exposure of the population to hygiene-related diseases therefore increases. In 2016 alone, the World Health Organization recorded over 139,000 deaths in the Philippines due to acute diarrhea. Aside from the more obvious environmental and health concerns, a water crisis will have cascading effects by cutting the educational and economic performance of the populace. In short, the declining water situation will have more drastic impact to the poor and will likely worsen the poverty incidence in the country. The water problems are becoming evident, especially in urban areas such as Metro Manila. In 2019, the capital suffered from one of its worst water shortage as the Angat and La Mesa dams dropped to critical levels. This year, a similar scenario is now looming as water reserves keep on declining. This problem is felt even in the far-flung areas of the country. For instance, the Aita communities in the mountains of Florida Blanca in Pampanga are forced to rely on intermittent rains and buying from the lowlands for their water needs. As a result, basic health and sanitation is being compromised. It's clear that our water security is facing grave threats from climate change, environmental degradation, and poor management. If left unchecked, the situation will definitely affect everyone, including you. Therefore, it is time for our government to act fast and for us to do our part. On a global scale, we have the United Nations and the Sustainable Development Goals, where countries such as the Philippines aim to ensure universal availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all by the year 2030. On a national level, the government must first enhance and optimize the use of investments and resources towards building efficient and sustainable water infrastructures and services which are accessible to all Filipinos. Second, governance, regulatory, and accountability mechanisms of the country must be strengthened. In relation to this, the Water Resources Management Office was recently created under the DNR to adopt an integrated water management approach and harmonize all agency functions with water-related mandates. To complement these efforts, the government must also spearhead cooperations with the private sector, academe, international groups, and local communities in building resilience, as well as the technical and adaptive capacities of stakeholders to support sustainable development initiatives. There is also a need to venture into new and sustainable technologies to augment our surface and groundwater sources, which are vulnerable to contamination. As suggested by WHO, these technologies may include efficient rainwater collection systems, and water desalination mechanisms. However, these programs will not be successful without the cooperation of each and every Filipino. So, what can we do to help? First, take initiative and educate ourselves. Let us make water conservation not just a selective practice, but a way of life. Simple acts like closing the faucet when not in use, recycling domestic water, avoiding dumping waste into our rivers, and participating in information drives and tree planting in watersheds can go a long way if practiced by everyone. And more importantly, a big part of the solution to our problems is to elect deserving leaders with unquestionable integrity, intelligence, empathy, and political will to enforce all necessary sustainable development initiatives for the welfare of us Filipinos and our environment. In conclusion, our water resources are finite, and we must all act now before it becomes too late. Saving our waters and our environment requires collective actions from all sectors of society. And this is our shared responsibility to our fellow men and to the future generations to come. To learn more about the water situation in our country, please visit the references cited here. And again, thank you very much for listening and have a good day.